Okay guys, I'd like to talk about NAC, which is acetylcysteine, the correct name of this chemical formula. So it is what, for me, the main definition of it, it is what takes out the toxins, and it is very well tolerable by human or animal organism, and it's basically what helps you to remove the toxins, because you can't just drink water or eat active charcoal and hope that everything goes away. You need very specific compounds, and there are very few of them. These are zeolite, clinoptilolite. These are dimercaprol or NAC. NAC is acetylcysteine. It is very close in formula, in chemical formula, to dimercaprol. Dimercaprol is only taken intravenously. It's a fluid that you only can use on yourself if you are a registered nurse and you know how to set up all these, tubes to your vein, or, injections, because you went to nursing school, okay? So NAC can be used in a tablet form. And when it comes to heavy metals, you need to understand it, that things like mercury, it multiplies or bioaccumulates in water. So you cannot just take in all this poison from the air, from the food, and just hope that you drink like some liters of water per day and it all goes away. It doesn't work like this. So there are very few things like NAC, acetylcysteine, or dimercaprol, or zeolite, clinoptilolite, or another antidote is fluorouracetam. So thanks to the government, I don't think that you can buy fluorouracetam from Russia because the planes are down, so they don't do the shipments, I think. But in any case, anyone could buy it. It's $30-something, and it's basically an antidote to organophosphates, which they spray on plants. All these plants, starting from wheat, starting from your cornflakes, your tomatoes, your greens, everything you eat that you think is healthy has been sprayed on with this anti-pesticide, which damages the nerve system of insects. And you just don't go any further in your imagination thinking that it will damage your central nervous system. No, it won't. Don't think that. No, it's not going to produce any tumor. It's not going to cause you to have Alzheimer's or turn you into a vegetable by any other chronic disease. So my case is today about NAC, and I'm going to read up for you on the patents. So lots of companies, even since the 1990s, mid-1990s, they filed for patents for the use of this NAC and how many diseases can be treated with this. Let's check. So this is the list of patents You see that? Okay. Synthetic catalytic free radical scavengers useful as antioxidants for prevention and therapy of disease. Stable N-acetylcysteine compositions and methods for treating human skin therewith. Topical compositions containing N-acetylcysteine and other masking materials. Pharmacological association between N-acetylcysteine and levolose for preventing cellular death and related diseases. Brain-targeted low molecular weight hydrophobic antioxidant compounds. Brain-targeted low molecular weight hydrophobic treatment of ischemic brain injuries with brain-targeted antioxidant compounds. Treatment of liver disease and injury with CXC chemokines. This I cannot read because it is in Japanese. Dosage form of N-acetylcysteine. Novel salicylic acid binding protein encoding nucleic acid SEBP2 and the methods of use thereof. Treatment of multiple sclerosis with brain-targeted antioxidant compounds. Treatment of plants and plant propagation materials with an antioxidant to improve plant health and/or yield. And this is a patent by Monsanto technology filed in 2003. So you can look it up. It's WO 240 959 2682. So Monsanto is who produced this thing called Roundup. Roundup is a pesticide. Right now Monsanto Corporation is called Bayer. I wanted to finish with this list and then I will come back to Monsanto. But I have to say not only Monsanto does this. Amide and acetylcysteine for increasing of resistance of insensitivity of the plant to ecological stress. N-acetylcysteine amide, NAC amide for the treatment of diseases and conditions associated with oxidative stress. Amide N-acetylcysteine amide NAC for treatment of oxidative stress connected to infertility. Porphyrinous sustituidas, N-acetylcysteine amide NAC amide for the treatment of diseases and conditions associated with oxidative stress. Pharmaceutical compositions and methods of use of highly lipophilic sulfhydryl compounds. Combination therapy in mental health. Treatment of patients with chronic pulmonary diseases and nutritional composition therefore. So pulmonary means lungs. Then there is in Chinese or Japanese pharmaceutical compositions and methods utilizing D-amino acids. Salicylate conjugates useful for treating metabolic disorders. Anti-inflammatory and antioxidant conjugates useful for treating metabolic disorders. Peptidomaticose derivatives. Thiocarbonates as anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds useful for treating metabolic disorder. Methods for treating brain injury. Compositions for the treatment of skin disorders. Compositions and methods for treating hypertension. Use of N-acetylcysteine amide in the treatment of diseases and injury. Compositions and methods for treatment autism and autism spectrum disorder. Stabilized multifunctional antioxidant compounds and use methods of use. So all of this that I'm reading up on is NAC. It's a application filed for a patent for treatment of various diseases using NAC, acetylcysteine. Use of N-acetylcysteine amide in the treatment of penetrating head injury. Substituted N-acetylcysteine derivatives and related compounds. NACA for treatment of chronic or acute cognitive dysfunction. NACA for the treatment of chronic or low-impact brain trauma. Use of NAC-acetylcysteine amide in the treatment of acquired immune deficiency syndrome and HIV infection. Methods and composition for treating psychotic disorders. Biomarkers useful in the treatment of subjects having diseases of the eye. Use of N-acetylcysteine amide in the treatment of acetaminophen overdose. So if you didn't know, each time you have a headache and you take some pill against headache or whatever hurts you, where you feel pain, maybe you have some trauma injury, so you take this painkiller. Most of them are based on paracetamol, so paracetamol is very toxic, and most of the time this prolonged activated paracetamol that they would call other name, I forgot which it is, but basically these things are also toxic, and these painkillers, and the NAC acetylcysteine is a specific antidote for poisoning with these paracetamol based compounds. Now think about throughout all your life how many times you took painkiller. It all gets stored in your nervous system, by the way. Methods and formulation for treatment of and or protection against acute liver failure and other hepatotoxic conditions. Methods for preparation of N-acetylcysteine amide and derivatives thereof. Methods for preparation of N-acetylcysteine amide and derivatives thereof. Methods of making deuterium-enriched N-acetylcysteine amide and using DNACA and DNACA treat diseases involving oxidative stress. Compositions and methods for treatment of eye disease. Treatment of age-related macular degeneration, glaucoma, and diabetic retinopathy with N-acetylcysteine amide NACA or 2R2R33 disulfanidyl bis acetinopropanamide. For prevention and treatment of radiation pneumonitis. So there can be such thing as radiation pneumonitis? You mean you have some kind of a cough from radiation? And treatment of pulmonary function in cystic fibrosis. So cystic fibrosis is caused by radiations, you mean? Are you kidding me? Nocity Pharmaceuticals. What is Nocity? Are you related to space or what? Are you related to naval bases somewhere? Methods of treating brain disorder. Prodrug for the treatment of disease and injury of oxidative stress. Prevention or treatment of COVID-19. Intranasal administration of an antioxidant compound for treating coronavirus infection. Compositions and methods comprising D-cysteine or derivative thereof. Positively charged water-soluble prodrugs of acetaminophen and related compounds with very fast skin penetration rate. Use of nitric oxide releasing agent for reducing metastasis risk. A new pharmaceutical glycerinic acid derivatives, novel polymer derivatives of cytidine metabolic antagonists, polyamines and their use in therapy, linkers for antibody drug conjugates, compound for the prophylaxis or treatment of organ damage, cyclic cell-penetrating peptides with one or more hydrophobic residues. So, coming back to this, compounds for prophylaxis or treatment of organ damage. So I believe everybody should take courses of this NAC, acetylcysteine and zeolite, clinoptilolide and fontoracetam in order to prevent. Prophylaxis is prevent getting sick with cancer, getting sick with this stuff they're trying to poison us and they pretend it's a virus. So everybody should be taking it as a preventative mechanism. Compounds for the treatment of influenza, conjugates of the hydrophilic polymer and the molecules for box food extraction and pharmaceutical compositions of the conjugates, anti-inflammatory quinic acid derivatives for radioprotection, radiomitigation. See, again, cytoprotective agent, inhibitors of quinorenin, aminotransferase and uses thereof. Polymeric derivative of macrolide, immunosuppressant. So, keyword: cells, tissues, antioxidant agent, antioxidant, glutathione, virus disease, viral infection, oxidant agent, viral reproduction, microbiome, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, arterial disease, asthma, blood cells, blood disease, bone disease, cardiac failure, congestive cardiovascular disease, coronary vessels, diabetes mellitus, hematologic disease, injury, lung disease, macular degeneration, muscle disease, osteoporosis, prion disease, sickle cell anemia, arterial disease, congestive heart failure, deoxyribonucleic acid diseases by infectious agent, exposure to toxin esters. Esters, very interesting word. Hematopoietic system disease, inflammatory disease, malaria, neurological, pharmaceutical composition, restenosis, salt, sodium chloride, tuberculosis mixture, compounds, acetic acid, ethyl ester. Okay, guys. Okay, you can check out this Roundup product, which is basically organophosphate. Weed and grass killer. Kills the roots, guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed it kills your family roots and your blood system. That's what guaranteed. World's most popular weed killer, probably causes cancer. What does probably causes cancer actually mean? Nothing. Look the other way. The Monsanto papers. So Monsanto Papers is a very good documentary. The secret tactics Monsanto used to protect Roundup in its star product. Star product, guys. Monsanto, my Satan. Or Mount Satan. Anagram. But you will have a very good lawn. It will look good. It will look very plastic, but you know, you will have a fine tree lawn like they have in Canada all the time. Don't worry, guys. May you die with your own poison. Smoosh. Do you see that? Insecticides or pesticide industrial chemicals. Okay. Targeted therapy for organophosphate poisoning. The graph. N-acetylcysteine. Atropine. No, atropine is not a very strong stuff. It has a lot of side effects, so it's better to use not atropine but fontoracetam, diazepam, clonidine, adenosine, atropine. No. When you have seizures, it's better to use fontoracetam, because what is offered here, it's not good. No, not good. So magnesium. Guys, I tried all these magnesium supplements. It never worked on me. It never worked on my son. So from this graph you can only take N-acetylcysteine NAC, because it's what cleans out toxins. Anyways, organophosphate exposure, ACH, seizure activity, calcium overload and increased ROS, mitochondrial dysfunction, energetics, ROS impaired, antioxidant, neuronal injury and gliosis.
Chemical.